Hey there, this is Alex, your nutrition specialist, and I want to welcome you to the Nature Nutrition Care platform. Today's episode ties in perfectly with a truly special time in our calendar, Breastfeeding Week. Whether you're a parent, a professional, or just curious about how nourishment shapes our lives, this conversation is for you. We're about to dive into why breastfeeding is more than just a way to feed infants. It's a foundation for healthier families and even a better planet. Let's set the scene. Breastfeeding Week is an international event, happening every year to shine a spotlight on the benefits of breastfeeding for babies, mothers, and the wider community. And, the thing that always strikes me is how something so natural, so ancient, is still vitally important in today's modern world. Sometimes we think technology solves all our problems, but the human body and the way we nurture new life has been getting some things right all along. Now think about this. Breastfeeding is often called the first vaccine. That's because breast milk is packed with antibodies that help keep newborns safe from infections and diseases when they're most vulnerable. The World Health Organization and UNICEF recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life, then continuing as other foods are introduced, up to 2 years or even longer. At first, that sounds like a long commitment, but the science is pretty compelling. Let's dig into some of the big reasons why breastfeeding is such a game changer. First up, nutrition. Breast milk isn't just food, it's the perfect balance of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. Exactly what a growing baby's body needs at every stage. And it's dynamic. What I mean by that is, breast milk actually changes depending on the age of the baby and even from morning to night. Imagine if our breakfast cereal adapted itself to our body's needs every single day. Pretty incredible, right? And it's not just about the nutrients you can measure in a lab. There's also a whole host of living cells, hormones, enzymes, and prebiotics that help babies digest food, fight off germs, and develop healthy guts and brains. Studies have shown that breastfeeding is linked to better cognitive development, higher IQ scores, better school achievement, and in some research, even social emotional skills. That's interesting because we so often separate nutrition from brain development, but here they're intertwined from day one. Breast milk also comes with a personalized defense system. The antibodies and immune cells inside are matched to the environment the mother and child live in. So, if the mother is exposed to a new virus, her body will start producing antibodies, which then get passed on through the milk. It's like software updates for the immune system, constantly adapting and protecting. Let me give you some numbers. Breastfeeding has been shown to reduce the risk of common childhood illnesses like diarrhea, pneumonia, and ear infections. In communities without easy access to clean water, breastfeeding can literally save lives because it reduces exposure to contaminated food or water sources. The World Health Organization estimates that improved breastfeeding rates could save the lives of more than 800,000 children under 5 every year. That is huge. But the story is not just about the baby. Mothers get some major health benefits too. Breastfeeding helps women recover from childbirth, especially in the first hours and days after delivery, when the act of nursing releases hormones that signal the uterus to contract, reducing bleeding and speeding up recovery. Long-term breastfeeding lowers the risk of breast and ovarian cancers, type 2 diabetes, and even heart disease. It turns out that nourishing your baby can help protect your own health for years to come. What's also fascinating is that breastfeeding supports mental well-being in mothers. It's not just about the nutrients. The act of breastfeeding promotes bonding, releases calming hormones, and can lower the risk of postpartum depression. It's a reminder that feeding and nurture are deeply connected, both physically and emotionally. Now take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Breast milk is the ultimate eco-friendly food. No packaging, no shipping, no waste. Just a renewable resource made on demand, perfectly tailored, delivered at exactly the right temperature every single time. Compare that with formula, which requires production, transport, and packaging. It adds up to a much higher environmental footprint. Breastfeeding also links to broader global goals. It's directly connected to several of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, like ending hunger, promoting well-being for all ages, and supporting responsible consumption and production. It's wild to think that the way a family nourishes a child at home can ripple out to support global sustainability. Let's get even more concrete. The evidence shows that exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months lowers the risk of infant mortality by preventing illnesses and supporting growth. At the same time, supporting breastfeeding empowers women, giving them more control over their health and choices. In many communities, especially where there's pressure to wean early or where formula marketing is intense, supporting mothers to breastfeed confidently can make a huge difference. The theme for this breastfeeding week is Nourishing for a Healthier Future. And that really sums it up. By choosing and supporting breastfeeding, whether as a parent, a friend, or a community member, we help build stronger, healthier, and more resilient families. And it's not just about today, but about setting up future generations for better health. Let me share a few key facts to keep in mind. Breastfeeding provides perfect nutrition for infants, adapting as they grow. It helps protect against infections, enhances brain development, and improves IQ. For mothers, it lowers the risk of certain cancers, supports mental health, and even helps recovery after birth. On top of that, breast milk is sustainable and environmentally friendly. It doesn't require factories, delivery trucks, or plastic waste. The larger impact is clear. Breastfeeding reduces infant mortality, contributes to global health and well-being, and supports sustainable development. It empowers women and strengthens the bond between mothers and babies. That's why at Nature Nutrition Care Platform, our motto is Nourish to Flourish. Our mission is simple: promote healthy dietary practices for all and ensure every mother feels supported and confident in her choices. So as we celebrate Breastfeeding Week together, let's encourage open conversations about nutrition, support mothers wherever we can, and appreciate the incredible science and humanity behind such a natural act. Whether that means sharing encouragement, offering a listening ear, or just celebrating the mothers in your community, every action matters. Thanks for spending these moments with me today. This is Alex reminding you how powerful small acts of nourishment can be for individuals, families, and communities. Until next time, keep well, keep learning, and remember, we all flourish when we nourish.